Yes, hello everybody. This is Ray from Ray's United, and I'm back, people. I'm back. It's taking a while to get going with these live shows, but today we're here, and you can see I'm flaunting this jersey because this is the Ghana jersey that I Show Speed wore when he was in Ghana on his African tour, which was successful, and I'm so happy for. Uh, the young man because he actually enjoyed himself in Africa. So that was really, really momentous. And yeah, we celebrate that with him. But today I'm going to talk about something that I believe is so. What's happening? The lights, man. God, when you wear yellow, that's what happens. But hey, I'm wearing it. I'm not giving up. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, listen, something that I thought I would discuss with you guys, and it has to do with pioneers. Today is all about pioneers and nothing else. So let's talk about pioneers. Are pioneers losing hope? And if they have, or if they are they moving on, or have they moved on? So the first thing is, have you lost hope? And let's see, because we need to know that. And I'm going to delve into certain conversations because, listen, if pioneers are losing hope, or if pioneers have lost the project, or if pioneers have given up on the project, or losing hope, not lost hope, losing hope, which means they're on the verge, we need to know what could be done to get those people back, or what could happen to get those people back. However, I've put in a poll. I've put up a poll in the live chat. You can go there, answer the questions. Well, it's not a question. You just choose what you want. So in that particular poll, what did I say? I said, have you given up on pie? And you need to be honest. And I said, yes, I have. No, I haven't. Catch 22. And obviously, catch 22 means damned if I do, damned if I don't. So you're sort of in between. You don't know what to do. So that is there. So let's see what you guys are saying. Now, I would definitely find out what you guys are saying. You can also put it in the chat. And of course, there is a chance for me to obviously celebrate something. Well, not celebrate, but we can all celebrate something. There is a super chat section where you can start giving super chats just in case. It's also there for people to do that just to show appreciation. It's end of the month. When it's end of the month, people normally have some money laying somewhere, so you can be like, all right, instead of go waste it, let me thank Ray for doing what he does for the pie community and for his community as well. So we can all do that. But listen, this particular subject, I thought about it a few days ago, and I thought, you know what, it will probably be remiss of me if I don't talk about it. And then somebody put in a comment and said, well, he's moved on. I need to move on because Pi is not cutting it for him. So he's moved on. Therefore, I need to move on. And so I started thinking about it, and I said, you know what? Obviously, I haven't moved on. You guys can see it, but some people have moved on. So let's see. Even in the chat, if you've moved on or you are moving on, let me know. If you're in Catch 22, let us know. And if what is it? If you have, let us know. If you haven't, let us know. Um, the votes will obviously prove that, and it's looking quite interesting in the votes. So let's see. Yes, and let me know where you're watching from as well. Very important because I can give you shout outs in case I know where you're watching from. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I can see that some people have given up on the project. Even my own friends, most of them have given up. You can see it right here. None of them is here, but I understand most of them have given up. It's understandable. I don't have anything against them because at the end of the day, they had an expectation. The expectation was not met, and they decided to just, pack it in and leave. So some of them have uprooted themselves, and they're gone. And some of you have decided not to do that. Yes, you may not be watching my content as you used to do, but it's all good because if I were you, I would not be watching me either. So hey, it's understandable. Do you know what I mean? However, I've done this for a long time now. I've done these programs, these live shows, release videos for more than or just about coming up to 5 years now, since 2021 January. So it's actually 5 years since I started doing pie content on my channel. And the one thing that is a common denominator is people involved in crypto are not loyal. It's understandable because crypto itself is not loyal to us. So people involved in crypto are like sheep. They go with the wind. And, you know, if pie is great, they'll be like, yeah, pie is great. Pie is wonderful. I love pie when pie is great. When pie is great. And that was when people were loving it when things were being announced. People were loving it when, you know, the price was almost $3, $2. People were so happy. The price is going up. We're so happy. You see, that's what it is. It's like a womanizer or a Casanova, somebody who always would only go after a shiny new toy. So if something is with them, like a child, you know, you give a child a toy, they celebrate for 1 hour, 2 hours a day. After that, they want more. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's happening with some pioneers, not all pioneers, some pioneers. And I know some of them. Some of them used to watch me and they're like, oh no, they've given up. They don't care. They don't care. So it doesn't matter. And I've actually discovered that some of them actually were just coming here for pie to hope that pie will get to $1,000 per pie or $10,000 per pie or $1 million per pie. They were praying for that. But economically, that is unrealistic. It can't happen as at now. Maybe down the line when the world's economy or the world's GDP is about $100 quadrillion, then we can have pie being at those high prices. But if the world's GDP is not in quadrillions, forget it. We will not get the so-called prices that we've been talking about. So let's not be building castles in the air. Let's not be delusional. Let's be realistic. And realism is what can bring you down to earth and enjoy these type of shows that we do here. But when you're delusional and building castles in the air, then unfortunately, you'll be one of those that will stop watching Rays United because you're like, yeah, Ray is bullshitting me. You know what I mean? And I'm not bullshitting you. I'm actually telling you facts. You've been bullshitting yourselves for years now, telling yourselves that pie is going to be 314,159. And you know perfectly well that that can't happen. You know that, but you want to live with it. You know, you want to say, no, I'm going to keep this. Anyone that says pi can't get to 314,159 is delusional, rather, and unrealistic and not a real pioneer. And so once you kept that, you decided that you're not going to watch realism, you would watch fantasy. Unfortunately, that's what's happening with some pioneers as well. Some pioneers have decided that they're not watching Rays United anymore. They don't care about pie anymore because, yeah, they've moved on, right? But let me tell you this, the time will come, yeah, they will all come back. They will all come back and they will be discovered. They will be found out that they're not loyal, they yo-yo, they're like a Casanova, and they can never stick to a thing. Do you know what I mean? But those of you here, you're the ones that are the loyal ones with Pi, with Rays United, with yourselves, with your partners, you know, with your friends. You know, you're the loyal ones. You're not going for a shiny new toy like somebody tells me, oh, Interlink Labs is good. I'm not doing Interlink Labs. You can do your Interlink Labs and let's see where you end up. You'll come back to me and say, oh, it was shit. Ray, I thought it was. I'll be like, yeah, I didn't do it. So because I didn't do it, I don't know. You know, I remember when you guys said Sidra was great. I'm not saying Sidra is bad, but some of you were even comparing Sidra with Pi. You know, but come on, man. No mobile mining crypto is comparable with Pi. Right now, as we speak, yes, the price of Pi is lower than we thought it would be. But I anticipated this. You know, what do you do? Buy more Pi or just hold your Pi. If you don't want it, you sell your Pi, the price goes down, and that's it. Pioneers don't want to buy Pi. They want to sell their Pi. And that's why the price is going down. People don't understand. They think it's bots. It's not bots. It's pioneers selling their Pi at those low prices. So the price keeps going down because the selling pressure is still high. You know, one would think that the selling pressure the price being low would hold people off from selling. You know, some of us sold our Pi when it was at $3. Some of us sold some of our Pi when it was at $3, $2.50 and stuff. And now you're selling your Pi at 16 cents. What the hell? 16 cents and you're selling your Pi. That is something that I will never understand. I will never understand. If some of us were able to sell some of our pie at $3, which was $2.99, or at $2.50, and you're selling your pie at 16 cents, I can never figure that out. I'm afraid I can't figure that out, and that's a shame. But anyway, let me know where you're watching from. And there is a poll ongoing in the live chat, and 31 people have voted so far. Let me see. So 31, yep, it's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see. So at least some of you haven't given up, but some of you have given up. But some of you, catch 22, if you don't understand what it means you're between a rock and a hard place. That's what catch 22 means, between a rock and a hard place. So yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Let me see what people are saying. Obviously, I am saying I've been 49 months as a member of my channel. 49 months. That's past 4 years. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let's see. We have Gabriel watching from Nigeria. We have Njikam, obviously, and Akko Richard. Yep, happy to see that you're here. We've got Blessed Michael Blessed watching from Kenya. Akko Richard watching from Cameroon. And who else? Patience pays 7 years of mining pie and still believing in its future. Yeah, that's great. Those of you here, actually, some of you do believe. Some of you obviously may have lost a bit of belief, but it's okay. Golden Kiwi watching from New Zealand. Obviously, we have Richard here saying, you have always been real and sincere. I love that about you, Ray. Thank you so much. We've got Tata Boris watching from UAE. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yes. So let's see. Njikami say, thank you very much for sincere support. I'm so sorry I can't even support you too, because Africa is making us poorer and poorer, but we hope for the best so we can support you in future. No, it doesn't matter. I understand everything. It doesn't matter. All right. So there is a poll ongoing. If you haven't voted, please go to the poll and vote. I've actually asked the question, have you given up on pie? And you need to be honest. The responses, you got 3 separate responses. One is, yes, I have. No, I haven't. Catch 22. Catch 22, if you don't understand what that means, it means you're caught between a rock and a hard place, or the saying goes, damned if I do, damned if I don't. So if you're in that place, you could say it, and let's see what your votes are going to tell us. Let's see what your votes are going to tell us. Let's keep voting. 36 people, 36 votes so far. So that looks interesting. And yeah, end of the month. So super chats can also keep coming, and that would be great. All right. So that was that question. I'll keep that poll running for the next probably 5 minutes, and then I'll ask another question. Smash the like button where you're at, of course. Smash the subscribe button. Become a member. So far, we have 21 likes. Guys, smash that like button. Do not hesitate. The same way you don't hesitate to vote, do not hesitate to smash that like button. All right? Smash that like button. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. All right. So let me see what I wanted to say. The next thing. Okay. So the next question, which I'll probably put in a poll later on, is, have pioneers moved on? You think pioneers have moved on, or are some of them? I can say that most pioneers have moved on. Probably about 70% of pioneers have moved on, minimum. I know that for sure. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't understand why they've moved on. I do understand why they've moved on. And I understand, I do understand why they've moved on. And I'm not delusional about pie. I just see it as, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. There is no way in hell I am going to give that up, even if it takes longer than I expected. I'm not going to give up on that, because if I've mined pie for over 6 years now, is it over 6 years? Yeah, over 6 years now. Why should I give up? I didn't buy it. I just mined it. So I have nothing to lose. Just keep mining it every day and let's see how it goes. If it means I have to buy back, obviously some people, I understand some people, when you buy something and the price or the value keeps diminishing, you tend to panic. It's a normal thing. But so many people did that with Bitcoin, and look at where Bitcoin is now. It's great. Do you know what I mean? Yes, it's gone down a little bit, but that's just market correction. It would go up. Real things don't come easily. My dad once told me, and I still believe in pi. Absolutely. Not even real things, good things, great things. Not real things, great things don't come easily. You have to toil, you have to work hard, you have to fail to succeed. Do you understand? You need to fail to succeed. If you don't fail, you will not understand what success is. Let me give you an example. Anybody born with a silver spoon in their mouth doesn't know when they don't understand what success really means, because the silver spoon was always in their mouth since the day they were born. The ones who were born without, when things go right for them, in any way, shape, or form, they understand that, okay, at this moment in time, I am becoming successful, because they can differentiate. But people who are born with silver spoon don't understand it. So, me personally, listen, I know that I will fail a lot more than I succeed in life. But when I succeed, at any point in time, I'll enjoy the success. Do you know what I mean? I'll enjoy the success to the fullest. So, listen, I need you guys. It's up to you. Me, I'm just telling you how I feel. But if you're on this bandwagon, then understand that there are going to be lots more rough roads ahead. So get prepared for that instead of preparing yourself for the success, because success, they come once in a lifetime. And when they come, you grasp them. You don't let them slip through your fingers. You grasp them and you get hold of them tightly, firmly. You keep them and enjoy it and revel in it while it lasts. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't fail, you will never understand what success means. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So let me see what the poll says. What does the poll say? Okay. Polls disappeared. Okay, let me just rewind this. Yeah, poll is still here. 39 votes. Okay, 40 votes. That's interesting. Smash the like button where you're at, of course. Smash the subscribe button. And let's see which people. Let's see the top fans. So who are the top fans? Okay, only 6 people have commented so far. And Njikam is leading. Akko Richard and Michael is third. So the more you comment, and even if you give super chat, it takes you right to the top. The moment you give a super chat, it takes you right to the top. Yes, people, really appreciate that. Really appreciate you being here, no doubt. All right. So the question I'm going to ask you is, have pioneers moved on? Have they moved on? Not have they lost hope or are they losing hope? Have they moved on? Now, this is actually a past participle. Have pioneers moved on? 43 votes so far. Okay, I'm going to end the poll now. So this poll has ended. And yeah, we have 58% said, no, I haven't. Catch 22 is 23%. And 19% said, yes, they have. So that's out of 43. So yeah, so quite a few people said they've sort of given up on pi. That's interesting. The other one is, have pioneers moved on from pi? Not given up, not losing hope. Have pioneers moved on from pi? Yes, they have. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Okay, let me spell it properly. Okay, let's see. These are just 2 simple answers. Have pioneers moved on from pi? Yes, they have. No, they haven't. So let me see if I can also vote. Can I vote? Can I vote? Can I vote? Well, maybe you're speaking for yourself, but me personally, I'll see. I'll see what I say. I'll see what I say. All right. Have pioneers moved on? Okay. Okay, so 4 votes so far. Interesting. Interesting. Um, interesting. Okay. Right. So there's been a few votes here and there. Yes. Okay. So 7 votes so far. And the question is, have pioneers moved on? Now, it depends on what you mean by moved on. Some pioneers have just, I believe, are hibernating. Some pioneers are just hibernating. They're like, you know what? I'll just chill out and see where pi takes me. So some pioneers are just hibernating. They haven't, some haven't moved on, or most haven't moved on, but some are probably just losing hope. That's what it is. So some pioneers are losing hope, and I understand them. But at the same time, when it comes to me, I haven't lost hope in pi, obviously, but I understand the pioneers who may have a situation where they're thinking, you know what, I don't understand this whole thing. Why is it taking so long? Blah, 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 blah. And I understand that. Trust me, I do. However, moving on, I think that's hard. I think a lot of pioneers are losing hope, but to move on, yeah, some of them are just in the background, maybe doing some other things and just thinking that, you know what, once it succeeds, they will be there. They will be there. So yeah, you can't just depend on one thing. You have to do other things. That's just what it is. It doesn't necessarily mean you've moved on. It means you're just looking elsewhere, because at the moment, listen, even our rewards have not been given to us. Our unverified power has not been given to us. So yeah, people need to move. People need to do other things, not move on, but do other things. Do you know what I mean? So that is life, And when you do other things, some of them may not. You may not succeed in some of them, and you may do well in others. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you've actually moved on. You may just have taken some side steps to do other things, and that's cool. That's cool. I mean, you can't just dwell on one thing only. It doesn't work. You need to diversify. Do you know what I mean? Somebody said, move on to where? Pi didn't hold anyone. In fact, people hold pi. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, me personally, I haven't moved on. I haven't, and I won't move on. I'll keep being here and I'll keep doing videos, once or twice a week. And you will be the beneficiaries of all these videos. The 900 odd pi videos that I've made since 2021, you are the beneficiaries of it. So, sometimes maybe it's good to go back. Let me tell you a story. So most of you know I support Manchester United, right? And just under 2 weeks ago, sorry, over 2 weeks ago, we sacked our manager. And when we sacked him, we employed an interim, and then we employed another manager, Michael Carrick, right? Now, Michael Carrick's first game was against Manchester City. Now, for me to remind myself of what Manchester United is all about, even though I do know what Manchester United is all about, I went back to watch the 1999 Champions League final against Bayern Munich. And trust me, that particular footage, when you watch it, it was like a documentary where the class of 1992 and some of the legends of Man United who played on that fateful night spoke of it. And when they spoke of it, you could see the emotions. Even they're men, we're men. We don't cry in front of camera easily, but you could feel the emotions that they said they would never feel the way they felt that day after Man United won it from the doldrums. Do you know what I mean? From almost oblivion, and somehow Man United came back from behind 1-0 and won it in the last 3 minutes in injury time. So I reminded myself of my club, the team I support, I've been supporting for a long time. And I was like, we're going to win against Man City. You know, I told a friend of mine at work, we'll win. And we won. Arsenal, I said, we're going to win. We won. Not because of anything. It's because you just feel that shift. Do you know what I mean? You feel the shift. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to Pi. You know, some people may feel like, yeah, it's in the doldrums. It's being plunged into oblivion. Understandable. It's a human thing. But let me tell you this, when that shift happens, all of you are going to flood back to flood back to Rays United, and I'll be here to welcome you with open arms. Do you know what I mean? But that's why I keep making the videos for people to know that I haven't given up. Yes, I'll carry the mantle, but they can go on, do what they want to do. I do what I want to do on the side, but I would never give up on Pi. You understand? And that's just me speaking about myself. What about you? You know, what about you? Are you moving on, or have you moved on? Are you losing hope, or have you lost hope? Are you giving up, or have you given up? All these questions could be answered by yourselves, whether you want to say it here in the live chat, or you want to just keep it to yourself, or you know, do it through the vote. So here, the question is, in the live chat, I put in a vote, a poll, and I've asked, have you moved on from Pi? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. I'll end the poll in the next 4 minutes. So if you know you haven't voted yet, go and vote. 28 of you, we only have 15. Please, all of you go vote, and let's see. We need the votes to be more than the people watching. So if you haven't voted yet, go vote. We only have 3 minutes before I end the poll. So you want to be part of it? Let's see where your stance is. Have you moved on from Pi, or have you not? So far, the numbers are interesting, quite interesting. So let's see. And let me know. You can put in the chat whatever you think. The earlier question that I asked in the poll, the first poll was, have you given up on Pi? Be honest. I should have asked, are you giving up? Yes, Lizzie is back. Lizzie says her hope is high. That's wonderful, Lizzie. That's wonderful to hear that your hope is high. If they're disappointed, it's because they don't understand the logic behind. It only requires one big company like Amazon to start using it. Then the rest will follow. Always takes time to be adopted. I like that. I like that point. I like that point. Yes, it only takes one. And once one of them takes that leap of faith, the domino will just tumble. It will fall. But you know how this is. It's like a hurricane, tornado. It just rushes through. Do you know what I mean? Like a tsunami. Do you know what I mean? So yes, he said yes, always. Yes, Ray, exactly. 100%. I'm diversifying. I'm almost 6 years in deep with Pi. Lizzie says, I'm listening. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. End of the month, I need my Pi. I need my super chat before I leave, you know. I need my super chat before I leave, people. The super chat, I need it before I leave. Trust me, I need it before I leave. Anyway, let's see this. Let's see what people are saying. All right, so 18 votes, and we have people who are watching. Guys, go and vote. Have pioneers moved on from Pi? Yes, they have. No, they haven't. Simple as that. Let's see what people say. Let's see what people say. Let's see what people say. We still have a minute to end the poll. So if you haven't voted yet, please go and vote. If you haven't voted yet, please go and vote in the poll, and let's see what you're saying. Let me drink some water. Where's the water? All right. All right. I'm not giving up, but I think most people are. which makes the price drop day by day. Yeah, but what we need is not even pioneers. Pioneers can keep dropping the price by selling their pie. What we need is just like Dawi G25 said, that it only takes one company and that will be it. You know, only one company. Dangara said, my whole pie is unquestionable. It keeps burning endlessly. Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Unquenchable, sorry. And mine is unequivocal. Unequivocal. Yeah. Now, listen. I mean, those of you who've been watching me, like Victor and Lizzie, for the past few years, you know, when I did videos about pie is going to be great, pie is going to be wonderful, pie is going to be a break. I used to do that because I believed in pie, and I still do. Remember that I still do. So I don't have a lot against pie. I still do. So do not forget that. Till the day pie gives up, only then I will give up, which means you not give up because it's not gonna give up on us. The pie value has to be in hundred thousands for it to work. Otherwise, the amount of pie in circulation isn't enough. So then price, you have to say price must increase to handle the $1 trillion world economy. Absolutely, we need the utilities to open. I did a video where I said the only way, and obviously when I said that, yeah, people watched it. But quite interesting. No retreat, no surrender. One love. Yes, no doubt, no doubt. Shegon Renuga, no doubt. Let's see. Let's see. So the video I did, where is it? Oh, okay. So I released a video recently. Yeah, I said the only way. The only way. And that's the truth. That's the only way. That's the only way. Go watch that video when you find the time. Share it as well. And you'll understand, of course. Of course. Of course. Give me a moment. Let me just post something on X and then I'll post it on even X. I've removed my blue tick. I didn't see the point, to be honest. I didn't see the point. Pay money to X. What do I get from them? Nothing. I don't get. People don't. They say don't outshine your boss, but one day Pi is gonna do the thing to BTC. Yeah, I get your point. I get your point. I get your point. Give me a minute, please. Just a minute. A minute. Okay, posted. View. Give me a minute. I'm just doing something very quickly. I need to post on yep. Okay. I'm doing the postings, so you can also share it with your peeps. All right. You can also share it with your peeps. Bloody hell, the people that follow me on Telegram, they've all disappeared. They've all disappeared. But that's cool. They'll come back. They'll come back. They will come back. Okay. Just keep buying, peeps. The current price is too good to be true. I'm buying 500 a week. That's good. 500 pi a week. That is really interesting. That is really interesting. Pi have been moving very slowly. The core team, the community is very weary and tired. May I understand that as well, but we need to keep going. I'm in love with Pi Network not only for my benefit, but for the benefits of the next generation. And I forgot to tell you this. So obviously, my domain on Pi is raiseunited.pi. Now, this is something that before I'll be able to do it, they said you guys need to try and look for it, interact with it. So if you can, could you go to the Pi browser and type in Raise United all in lowercase dot pi and see what happens, because they said if I get people, more than 5 people, to interact with it, I'll be able to confirm my domain. Obviously, I won it. I won that domain. I didn't want to talk about it that time because somebody may have bought it with a much higher pi. So I didn't talk about it. I didn't speak about it at all. So I've won it. I've won the domain. It's Braze United. Where is it? My auctions. You can see it. I'm going to show you. I hope the camera. There it is. Can you see it, people? Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. See? There it is. So I won it. I won that. Only 12 pi. Only 12 pi. So I bought it with 12 pi. I started with the auction with 10. And then a friend of mine was playing with me, and then he went to buy 11. He bid 11, and then I bid a 12, and he stopped doing it. So I only spent 12 pi getting my domain, but obviously we need to get it to work. So when I go to develop, that's what comes, and I need to get it to work. So if you guys can interact with it, that will be absolutely great. Do you know what I mean? That will be absolutely great. So my app obviously is Raise United. Right now, what do I need to do? I've connected my wallet, linked app. Slug is Raise United. URL is https raiseunited.pi. Actually, you know what? Let me just go there and check and see. Let me go to the Pi browser app and type Raise United dot pi. Ooh, oh. This domain is not registered yet. Buy. Yeah, but I can't buy. Somebody's already won it. You can't buy. Yes, that's good. I need to get it registered, man. God. Hang on a minute. It's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, say I owe Pi a lot for educating me about cryptocurrency. Yeah, that is great. Domain. Yeah, this is really quite interesting, to be honest. Domain. Where is it? Domain. All right. So let me check the poll. This is one reason why I like the live show. So the poll, we have 26 votes, and it's looking quite interesting. Yeah, it's looking quite interesting. My options. Claim. Continue. Select the app. I don't know, man. Yeah. The problem is I can't claim the domain. Because you will remove from the auction, I will not have the chance to win. Nope, I'm not doing that. Trying to claim it, but I can't claim it. So I clearly reason by connecting it to one of your apps. I don't have an app. They said completed the app setup list. Yeah, I completed that. Oh yeah, I haven't completed that. That's why. I need to complete the app setup list. When you put your domain link right here. Yeah, I can post it, but I need to complete the setup. There's configuration. I've done the configuration. Pinet. Oh, you must validate your domain ownership first before. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of process that need to be done. So once that happens, I'll obviously get it done. So you guys would APK generated. Okay, good. Ecosystem listing. Yeah. Now that's cool. That's cool. I like that. The domain is this raiseunited.py, but it's obviously HTTPS, and then that. Yeah, that's it. That's the domain. This is the domain when you type in the Pi browser app. But the setup is not completed yet. So when you go there, it will just, you can't do anything. Do you understand? You can't do anything, unfortunately. All right. Okay, that is, let me see the poll again. Let me see the poll again. All right, 31 votes. All right, so I'm going to end the poll and you're going to see what the poll said. So 65% said, what was the question? Have pioneers moved on from Pi? 65% said no, they haven't. 35% said yes, they have. But that was out of 31 people. So in the grand scheme of things, it could go either way. Do you know what I mean? It could go either way. So we don't know. We don't know. Oops. Yeah, we don't know. Small sample. All right, people, listen. So it's the end of the month. I'll end the show and really thank you for being here. We'll keep doing this, of course. Therapy session and that. Take care of yourselves, people. Name is Ray. Channel is Race United.